Russ!
I'm right here, Dad.
Oh, there you are.
That movie is a shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. It's all theater of the mind. No, it's garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see.
Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Okay. I love National Lampoon's Vacation, one of my favorite comedies of all time, period. Awesome shit. So why did I give a National Lampoon's Vacation reference at the beginning of this video? Well, actually, I think Chevy Chase does that in a lot of the Vacation movies. I think he does it once in every one of them. But anyway, that's kind of a running gag between him and Rusty Griswold. So, but yeah, so why did I do that besides the fact that it's my favorite or one of my favorite comedies of all time? Well, because news dropped yesterday as of shooting this video that the actor Anthony Michael Hall, who played Rusty Griswold in the original Vacation only, has been cast as your new Tommy Doyle in the next Halloween film, Halloween Kills, which starts principal photography in just a few weeks, shortly after Labor Day. So in North Carolina, I believe. So now, before I give you my thoughts on and this has been confirmed. I mean, the source was Variety, one of the most reputable sources you could absolutely take your information from. Whenever you're looking for a reputable source to kind of take information to the bank on, pay close attention to your Hollywood Reporters, your Varieties, your Deadlines. Try not to put so much stock into Billy Bob's movie blog. It doesn't mean that Billy Bob's movie blog may not, offer some good information every now and then. But I'm just saying, you want to give yourself the best probability of success, of having the correct information. And Variety certainly is one of those sources. So anyway, so this came as confirmation confirmed from Variety. Okay, so what do I think about this casting? Well, before I give you my thoughts on it, let me first give you my thoughts on sort of what I've been seeing on social media. It's been fairly mixed, leaning positive. At least that's what I've seen, which is a good sign. And I'll get to why in a second. But a few of the reasons why I think there are some people that feel a bit mixed about it or outright hate it could be a number of the following, in no particular order. Number one is they had their heart set on Brian Andrews, the original actor who played Tommy Doyle in the 1978 film, coming back to reprise his role as Tommy in a Halloween movie. I think that sort of has always been out there to some degree, and since these new Halloween films and Jamie Lee Curtis is back and Nick Castle was back, even though it was a small little, one-shot thing. The idea of bringing back original characters is fun. It's nostalgic, and it's not somebody playing Tommy Doyle. It is Tommy Doyle for all intents and purposes, right? So I get that. I totally get that 100%. I sort of feel the same way. That would be so cool. And the second reason is, certainly as of late, because in my sequel concept idea video, which has, I think, close to 35,000 views now, something like that, I actually did bring back the character of Tommy Doyle, and in my concept, he was portrayed by Brian Andrews. And so that definitely got people thinking, oh, that would be so cool, and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but certainly that didn't help. And I'm somebody that would have loved to have seen that. Now, but at the same time, I recognize that he's not the world's greatest actor, and he certainly has not been acting consistently for a very long time. And, whether he could actually do the job is another thing. But on paper, it's pretty cool, which is why I put it into my sequel concept idea video. But whether or not he might need a little bit of a refresher in terms of kind of getting the juices flowing again before we could actually see him on screen. That's entirely possible. So that's one reason. The other reason is because there are a lot of people out there, believe it or not, especially those who are not old enough, who have no idea who the fuck Anthony Michael Hall is. You just don't know who he is, right? Because it's not like after the 1980s, he went on to have this incredible career. He's always been working and he's always been consistent, but he's become sort of a character actor where he plays bit parts on certain TV shows, certain movies. He'll pop up in a movie and you'll be like, oh shit, that's Anthony Michael Hall. Or he'll pop up in a TV show and you're like, oh shit, that's Anthony Michael Hall, right? Now, who is Anthony Michael Hall? For those of you that may still not have any idea who the fuck he is, well, he's this guy right here. Of course, he's a lot older than that now, but I'm sure, for those of you who have watched a lot of 1980s movies like The Breakfast Club and National Lampoon's Vacation and 16 Candles and Weird Science, and yeah, he's that guy. Of course, he looks like this now. That is what Anthony Michael Hall looks like now, but that is who he is. So he's not particularly a household name in the bigger picture, but certainly if you're my age, a 40-year-old man or a bit older, certainly you'd be like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Of course, he was a teenage staple in the 1980s, right? So right up there with, Molly Ringwald and all that kind of shit. So that's who he is. And he certainly has a lot more experience than Brian Andrews does. He's probably a better actor than Brian Andrews is. Not that I'm insinuating that he's a phenomenal actor. I'm just saying that could he pull off the role as Tommy Doyle in a horror movie? Yeah, probably. Probably, right? Okay, so what are my thoughts on this? Well, the first thought is, just going on looks alone. Now, this doesn't mean anything. We have no idea what role he's going to have in this movie. He's cast as Tommy Doyle, but that doesn't mean that he's going to have a significant role in the movie. You might think he would, but it doesn't mean he's going to, right? Is he going to play a part in the adventure like my Tommy Doyle, Brian Andrews, did in My Sequel Concept, where he was part of the adventure? Is that what this role is? We don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it's a cameo, right? A glorified cameo in the sense that maybe he's somebody that they go over to his house and they talk about the past and, what the hell are we going to do? And he's offering some advice or something like that. Or, and then we end up seeing him get killed by Myers. I don't know, but he's in the movie all of maybe 5-10 minutes. Who knows? We have no idea what exactly Tommy Doyle is going to be in this movie. Is he a cameo, a glorified cameo, or part of the adventure? Like we just have no idea. So it's hard for me to speculate on whether or not this is a good casting call a good casting, not casting call. The call has been done, Mr. McRae. A good casting choice based on performance or what he's going to do. But knowing the roles he's been in, he's capable of doing it. Carrying the movie, being the lead in a movie, I don't really know. Complementing an ensemble cast, yes, I think he's capable of doing that, especially in a horror movie, a low budget horror movie. And I say low budget as obviously it's probably going to be about 10 or 15 million bucks, but in comparison to the much larger production. So, but just based on looks alone, I look at Anthony Michael Hall, the way he looks today. I look at him and I think I could totally believe that man is a 50-year-old Tommy Doyle. Totally buy it. 100%. No issues there whatsoever. I buy that way more than I ever bought Paul Rudd as Tommy Doyle. I never bought Paul Rudd as Tommy. He looks nothing like what... There is no way that you could look at Tommy Doyle in the 1978 film and look at Paul Rudd in Halloween 6 and go, oh yeah, it's the same guy. Totally 100%. No. Anthony Michael Hall? Oh, 100%. I could, if I didn't know who Anthony Michael Hall was, you could, and I didn't know who Brian Andrews was, you could say that, you could totally trick me. You could trick somebody and say, that is the same actor. And they'd be like, yeah, I could totally see that. 100%. Yep. Totally see it. Yep. So based on looks alone, it's a great casting. Great casting. Way better than Paul Rudd. Way better than who were some of the people that were saying? Seth Green. Although Seth Green, he does look like he could be an older version of Tommy Doyle. That's not a bad choice. He's a bit younger than what Tommy Doyle Seth Green is a bit younger than where Tommy Doyle is at this point in the game, but he's only a few years younger, maybe 4 or 5. So Seth Green could certainly play 4 or 5 years older than what he is. That wouldn't have been a bad casting choice in terms of looks. But Anthony Michael Hall, oh yeah, I totally dig it, 100% support it based on looks alone. Is he the right actor for the role? I don't know. It really depends on how big his role is, but he's a solid character actor. Certainly, he's more than capable, I think, of doing a fine job in a low-budget horror movie. Sure, yeah. But I don't know if he's ready to carry a franchise or a movie. And what I mean by that is that it's rumored that Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be in both of these movies, but let's hypothetically say she dies in Halloween Kills. Hypothetically. And it's like now Tommy Doyle has sort of taking on is Anthony Michael Hall ready for that? Can he do that? I don't know. I'm not too sure. But we'll see. We'll know, I'll be able to give a bit more in-depth thoughts when we know how big his role is. And we may not know how big his role is for a few more months, maybe until the film is completely wrapped. Who really knows? But based on looks alone, I love it. Love it. Looks exactly like a 50-year-old Tommy Doyle, 100%. What is he going to be doing? How big his role is? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Do you like the casting? Again, like me, I've seen him in other things, and I'm like, yeah, he was good in that. He was fine in that. He's respectable. He's not wooden or choppy, or it's not like he's a terrible actor or anything like that, right? So it's like, all right, it's just kind of like, well, he looks like him. Now it's just kind of wait and see. Do you feel the same way? Or are you on the other side of the coin where you're like, oh, fuck that! Anthony Michael Hall, really? Oh, come on! I wanted Brian Andrews. I wanted Paul Rudd. Oh, I can't stand that camp. Paul Rudd. Get out of here with your Paul Rudds. Anyway, comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemccrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time, and I'm not posting here. All the links are in the description, as well as links to my Patreon, my merch store, my IMDb, my Twitter, my official website, my Instagram. It's all down there. Check them out until your heart's content. I think my cat has just come in here. She has! My cat is in here. Veda, you want to say hi to everybody? No, she's squirming away. Oh, there you go. You see her right there? There you go. See, she's leaving. She's leaving. Fucking little son of a... I love you, Veda. Yeah, she loves me too. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.